This is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today we're going to be doing a Mod Podge project using an oatmeal container. I've never Mod Podged a napkin onto an oatmeal container before, and I know several of you had asked if it can be done on an oatmeal container. So let's get started. I'm going to be keeping the lid on this, and I'm going to possibly be using this as a gift. So I can fill it with some decorative items, or I can use it for storage, but because I'm going to use this as a gift, I'm going to keep the lid on it, and I may end up decorating the lid as well. So for the first part I'm going to do, I'm going to paint my container, and I'm going to paint it white, and I want all of this covered up, and that way my napkin will look really vibrant. So I'm using basically the same technique that I would do on glass. So this is sturdy enough. In my opinion, it's sturdy enough to still Mod Podge the napkins onto it. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this, and some people were saying that you can possibly use like a gesso or something like that to cover it, but I'm just going to use my paint because it's all I have. And so the white paint is really going to make that animal print really vibrant. So you see that white in there? We don't want that showing through, so that's why we're going to paint this white. And this actually is getting really good coverage with just one coat of paint. There's another project that I did a few weeks ago using the oatmeal container, but I used some decorative paper to cover it with, and I will post that video below for you. And this has a little bit of a ridge right there in it, and I'm not concerned about that. I'm just going to go right over it. And these containers are the perfect size. So if you have these oatmeal containers, save them and repurpose them. Turn them into a nice gift idea. And this is really good for birthdays, holidays. With the holidays coming up, nice Christmas gifts, some real pretty, maybe decorative napkins for Christmas. With fall coming out, you can put a teacher gift in here. There's so much you can do. You can fill it up with a whole bunch of chocolates. So I'm going to go ahead and finish painting this, and then I'm going to let it dry, and it looks like I only need the one coat, so that's really good. So this will dry pretty quick. And then I'll come back and we're going to get started on our napkin. Okay, so our container is nice and dry, and that one coat really did good as far as covering it. So think about it as starting with a clean slate when you put that white acrylic paint on. And I just always use the same brand, Apple Barrel, and this is like a snow white, but you can use any of the acrylic paint will work. Okay, so let me take a look at this napkin real quick. And this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is, before I peel the backing off on this, look how pretty that is. Do so much with these. I want to measure it up to my container here. And wouldn't this be pretty? I want the pink on there too as the top, so it's kind of a little bit like a border. And so let's see what this looks like. So it's not really, a little less than half of the napkin will cover this. Or if I wanted to, I can get more of the napkin on here, more of the border, and then cut off some of the bottom here. So that's just another idea, is to, let's see, have more pink around the top, which I think will be nice. And then cut off part of the bottom there. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. So it is a little bit longer. Let me just I think the easiest way to do this is for me to just start cutting. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and cut this. And I'm not going to be directly on the seam there, just a little bit below because it is kind of wrinkled there. So, okay. So it's going to be like this. And I'm just going to cut off part of that bottom there. Just going to test this out first. And you see I need a little bit more there. Just a little bit more. This is going to look really nice. You can already tell. Okay, and I'm only doing this because I want to that bottom part to really fit on there. So basically all I'm going to do is just cut this bottom part off, and if you want to measure it, you go right ahead if you feel more comfortable measuring it out. I'm just taking my time with this, and I'm doing this before I peel off that backing, because once you peel the backing off of this, it becomes extremely delicate. So you want to cut it to size first. And let's see, this is, I didn't even check to see how many is in this one. This is actually 16 in this one. And, well, I'm not sure if it's a if it's a 2-ply or 3-ply napkin, but that's okay. I'm getting ready to see what it is. So, and then I'll need another piece, also I'll need a smaller piece here to just make sure that it fits all the way in. And you notice I'm not being exact on this, but I do want the same height. I'm really making a couple of things out of this. I could already tell. Just going to cut this going up here, because it's not a real big piece that I really need to put in there. Okay, and let's see. I'm just trying to measure it so that it's the same. And take off part of this bottom here. So that should work. And I'm going to put this little piece on first, maybe around here, and then I'm going to put the larger piece on. Okay, and while that was drying, I did cut out another piece and a circle for the top. So I'm going to be Mod Podging the top also. So you can do that if you want. You don't have to do it. And I thought I'd keep most of the pink. And just have a little bit of the animal print there and on this side too. So we'll be doing that also. Lots to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. And yep, it's just got, it's definitely a 2-ply napkin. Just peel that one piece off there. I'm just going to go ahead and start. And I figure I'd start on the seam there. And I'm just doing it the same way I would do it if this was like a glass container. I think this is sturdy enough that even if you have the wetness from the Mod Podge, or the moisture from the paint or the Mod Podge, it'll still hold up. That's why these oatmeal containers are so good. Okay, and I'm going to just start right here on the top. And I do have my saran wrap ready because I'm using the same technique that I would on glass to smooth it out. So I just want to make sure, I'm not sure how this will go, but I figure I'd try it out in the video, and then if it doesn't work, at least you'll know. Okay, so it's doing pretty good at smoothing it out. Oh, that's adhering extremely well. Wow, I'm liking it. You see, I can go back and just cut this bottom piece off. Has a little bit more on it, or I can just bring it all the way under. That's one of the other things I could do. Yep, gives it a nice finish underneath there. So that's what it looks like. Wow, that looks really good. I mean, it has like maybe 1 or 2 wrinkles, but it's okay. Look how you're already transforming that. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the backing off of this one. And I'm just going to leave this in a nice large piece. I'm not going to cut it up. Just be careful with this when you're peeling it off. All right, and I save all my backings because I could use that to wipe something off. Now, when you're handling your container, be careful touching this, like the napkin, and I've done this before. Just try to avoid touching the napkin part, because what'll happen is your fingers will pull it like right off because it's not dry. Okay, so I'm going to start over here again and start putting the other napkin on. And I'm going to take this in sections while I'm applying it. And I'm trying to make sure that this is nice and covered like everywhere so that there's no bubbles underneath it. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of continue. Try to get it as close as I can to this piece right here. As close as I can. And I'm just going to pull it just a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to take my crumpled cling wrap here. I like to call it saran wrap. And just smooth this on. And the reason why I'm working in sections, it just seems like it's easier for me. So that when I'm smoothing it out, I can just kind of know exactly where I need to smooth it out. And I'm just trying to go outward and kind of upward. And this just stops your fingers from sticking to the container, because if you use your fingers on here, it would stick and it would rip the paper. So the saran wrap doesn't stick. So whoever came up with that idea, that's just a genius idea. So I'm just using my fingers here just to smooth it under. Okay, and then put more over here. So you just have to find out what works for you, what's easiest for you when you're handling this. I just like to work in these sections. I mean, but if you want to cut it up and apply it, you can too. So I'm just moving this out. You just want to be very careful. Not do it too hard on there, because you can end up ripping. And see, I just ripped it right there. So you just want to be very, very gentle on there. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. I'm almost at the end, so I'm just smoothing it out going this way. And I hope this is giving you just a little bit of inspiration. Oh, I'm so used to using my hands for my crafting. Forget to use my saran wrap. Okay. Yes, I really hope this is giving you some inspiration for covering more stuff, which means hoarding more. I hate to say hoarding, but I've got a ton of containers that I just can't let go of. And so I'm at the end part here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit in here. And just fold it over. Get that last little bit in there. And I'm taking my time and just going back because I could see some wrinkles in there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to leave this like this for a little bit. And then I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to just cut it right off. Just cut that little flap off. And that's the seam where I started. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry a little bit, and while that is drying, may as well go ahead and do this. So I'm just going to Mod Podge it right onto the top. But look how cute this looks so far. Look at that, so cute. Okay, so what I'm doing is just putting some right in this circle here. And it's already white, so no painting involved. Let me just make sure I got enough coverage on that. Super easy. And you can decorate it with flowers if you want. The top, you can decorate it with just about anything you want. Put some lace on there. Oh, I'm using my hands again. See, I forgot already. I just smooth that out. Yep, and I'm just staying away from the outside because it has that little ridge there. And that's all I'm doing. So it's got a nice little matching top to it. And I'm going to put another coat of Mod Podge on top of this. But how cute is that going to be? Make a nice little gift thing. And my daughter already mentioned to me when she came up here and saw it, she was like, oh, I'd love to have that in my dorm. So I think this would be really cute for her dorm. Put her little accessories in there, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let this dry. And I'm going to smooth it over with another coat of Mod Podge. And I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I added my second coat of Mod Podge, and it's somewhat dry, dry enough to handle. And what I did was, my daughter just informed me that she wants to take this to her dorm and use this as a container for her stuff on her desk or what have you. And so I just added a little bit of bling to it. I wasn't originally going to do that. I wasn't sure. So I just put just a little bit of bling right along the where the black is, just to have that little bit of separation. I could have probably put it down here too, so wherever you like. And then I did do the lid, and so look how cute that is. And I did put just little bit of bling on that for her. So I thought this would be nice. She said she's going to keep her hair accessories in here, like her scrunchy stuff and things like that. So I thought this would be nice for her to have. So look how cute that looks. And if you want, you could add flowers to the top. I will post the other container that I did with this using scrapbook paper, so you can see what that looks like. And I made another little container for her, a matching container, and this is the tin for the cake, the frosting for the cake. This is that tin. I'm not even sure where the top is, but she said she'll probably put her I think she said she wants to put her pens and pencils and stuff in this. So I made her a nice little matching set. So that way you don't have to, you could always keep costs down. I thought also if you didn't put the top on this, you could use this as a flower container. Maybe you're having a party and you want to have like the matching napkins for it. You know, just to kind of tie everything in, make a nice theme party. So you can do that too. There's just so much stuff you can do with this. So I'm really happy the way this came out. It does have wrinkles, but I think what happened is I think it really works still because of the animal print. So it kind of camouflages it so that you don't have to be too perfect with that. But this is just perfect. I love the way it looks. You know, my daughter's gonna love this in the dorm, and it's a nice, unique way to kind of spruce up her dorm room. And I might go ahead and put some, yeah, I think I may go ahead and put some bling on this too, because she likes bling. So I hope this inspired you. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to join our crafty family, just go ahead and please subscribe. Also, many of you have said that you haven't been getting the notification. So just hit that button right next to the subscribe button is a little bell for the notification. So I'll see you real soon, and thanks again for joining me. Bye.